right, so many players on the African continent show up on such pitches to try and better their football skills in the hope that they can actually become professional footballers. Pitchside today is in Natete to catch up with one of the sons of the place. He's been there, he started out here, and now he's a professional footballer. We also know that he has featured for the Uganda Cranes, and I'll add this, ladies and gentlemen, he's arguably the most creative midfielder, at least of this generation. Joining me on Pitchside, ladies and gentlemen, straight from his home area, Mr. Yassar Mugerwa. First of all, thank you for honoring the invite.
You're welcome, Pitchside,
Yeah.
to the home of talent here. We call this the home of talent
Yeah.
because many players have come from this place.
Yeah, absolutely, yes, sir. So, this is first of all, Natete. First, make us know the surroundings of this. What's this place called, and what's this pitch called?
Okay, this place is mainly called Mutundwe,
Yes.
but the first side is Natete. Then side is Mutundwe, but the stadium is called Kala Stadium.
Scala Stadium, and as I can see, your teammates, if I could call them that way, are actually training, and this is something that happens every day, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a routine.
Yeah.
Because there are many teams training here now. This is Super Cubs, where the team that I came from, the academy.
Yes.
There is a big team. This team plays in the first division. Then there is young boys who come from the under 14, under 12, under 16. So it is a routine every day. Every day they train from this time until evening.
All right, yes, sir. So let's get into it straight away. You've highlighted that this is where it all started out from. So many players also have areas they started out from to play football. But I would first of all want to know from you, Yassar Mugerwa, what drove you into playing football?
Well, I think it was the passion, mainly coming from my father, because at a tender age he was usually taking me with him to watch Express Football Club. That is where even I got the love for the club. Always we were going there at a young age to support, to watch the games. So from that start I was seeing many good players. Then this is where I got the love of the game.
It's very important that you point out that your dad actually had an impact in you trying to love the game. And I mean, we know that last year he actually passed on. May his soul rest in peace. I mean, how big an impact was it you starting out in football here, and what kept you going?
Well, it was not an easy way, because when by the time it was going up, he got to not to love the game, because by then the children were not going to school.
Yes.
So he thought maybe somewhere I'll drop out, but he insisted. It wasn't easy, by the way, but because I loved the game, I had to go to school. Then evening I come here for training.
All right. You've spoken about a very interesting thing where you went to school. In a flash, Yassar Mugerwa, what's your educational background?
Well, I didn't go to many schools. I studied mainly here in Natete Preparatory School for my primary, all my primary. Then I went to Crane High School, still in Natete, where I finished my O-level. Then I went to Gaza Cambridge for one term. Then I came back to Crane High School, where I finished my A-level. Yes. Where I joined in Kumba University for a bachelor's degree in development studies.
And people out there have to know that you're a graduate, Yassar Mugerwa.
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. You're one of the few footballers who have actually gone on to pursue your studies as you play football, and I know that has been a challenge. But let's go to the time when you were at Kumba University. I'm pretty much sure that's when you popped up and everyone started noticing your brilliance in the midfield. First of all, how tough was it to juggle the two, especially at university? And at university, man, do you think that's when everyone noticed you?
Well, first of all, it wasn't easy for me to decide what to do football-wise and education-wise, because before joining Kumba University, I played for the Super Cubs. We played in the Super Mini League, yes, which was in Kawempe. Yes. And many clubs were interested in me, that is SC Villa and Maroons. By then they were joining the Super League Maroon. Yes. But I had to decide between education and football, because football you can find it anywhere, anytime. Yeah. But for education, sometimes it's too late.
Yes.
So I had to decide what to do. So I chose to go finish studies first, because I got advice from some people. They told me 3 years in university, then you'll be back on the pitch.
Yeah.
And then still when I was in Nkumba, when we played in the East African Games, many clubs from Tanzania, Rwanda, like Chiovu, Ryan Sport.
Wanted to sign you.
Yes, and even Simba, when
Yeah.
I was in Tanzania. By then, I think it was 2012, they wanted to sign me, but like I was in my first year, second year in the university, so I couldn't drop out because I'm looking for this chance to go and play professional. So I had to decide to stay. I finished my studies. Then this is when everyone noticed that I could play more, even as you asked.
Yeah.
It is in the university where many people noticed, many people knew me from, even the Victoria University to see me.
Yes.
They saw me from the university. We were playing in the Uganda Cup
Yes, I remember
against them
Yes.
in Nkumba. This is when they got interest in me.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's very important that you highlight that you really kept going to school, because in your mind you believed it was very, very important. We'll get to the school bit later, but let's talk about the lasting impression you left out when, of course, Nkumba took on Victoria University in the Uganda Cup, and what happened after?
After the game, of course, everyone was happy. Even if we lost, we were happy as the club, as the university.
Yeah.
But then the pressure came in, because the bosses of SCVU now were pushing hard for me to leave.
Yes.
Where they wanted me to study a master's degree.
Yes. At
Even
Victoria
me,
University.
even me, I had to choose now to leave Nkumba. Then I go to Victoria University, I pursue my master's, then I played there.
Yes.
So I had to decide, but it wasn't an easy decision to make.
Yes, absolutely. We know that from there you joined Victoria University. This was a team that really promised. You had so many players in there who are now, your age mates now. I think Dennis Iguma, Saddam Juma, Bernard Agere, Martin Impuga, so many. And I think the time that you had SCVU was quite remarkable, because number one, you people went on to win the Sekafa Nile Benson tournament, and of course thereafter you also put up some good performances in the league. Yes, what would you say was the driving force behind Victoria University, and what led to its collapse?
I think in the first place it was the management was good, and even the technical staff was good. This was driving the players very well. The payments were coming on time. Everything was organized. It was a kind of professional.
Yes.
More than many clubs in Uganda by then. At that time, it was very wonderful. Players were getting good money, and everything was there for them. So even the technical team was good. But when we are going underway, there was some challenges. I think the president, maybe financially, or it was, I don't know. I won't say much, but I think financially it collapsed. And they failed to talk to the players one-on-one to know what exactly is happening. So the players thought they were betrayed, and this led to the collapse of the club, which was not good, because this club, with the talent that was there, the technical staff, everything, I think by now Victoria University will be far away in African football. Yeah,
fantastic insight that you've given us about the financial situation at the club, and of course Simo, who was then the club owner, if I could call him that way, probably could not handle the situation. But the SCVU chapter is closed. URA chapter opens up. I remember at that time you are actually the most sought after midfielder in the Uganda Premier League, and I know you had so many offers, but you finally settled with the tax collectors. What drove you to that decision?
Well, it was still about the technical staff, because the coach who was there by then in URA Coach Alex Isabire was the same person who took me to Victoria University. So when he called me, I didn't even think twice. There were many offers by then, but I had to go back to someone who knew me in and out, because this is where I got even my confidence to play very well. Because if someone believes in you, I know this is the person who believes in me in any way. Even if I am to lose the ball, he tells me lose it. I know what you can offer for me. So
Yes.
I was so confident. Then I had to choose URA, and you could see what happened next.
All right. Yeah, I would see what happened next, because it was you, Feni Ali, if I remember very well, Karimundugwa, not Karimundugwa. Yeah. I forget his other name, but I think he was one of Erukana Nkugwa. Yeah, he's the one I meant, and I think he was one of those brilliant wingers that you people had at the club. Let's talk about your time at URA. It was a time when URA were playing continental football, and I'll just remind you a bit. In April 2015, after 36 minutes, the whole world stood at Mandela National Stadium when you scored a screamer against Orlando Pirates. How was that moment for you, Yasser?
Wow, this is the moment that opened everything for me. That make my life now. It was at this minute. Before I'd played very well in the first leg. Still, it gave me confidence, because even the coaches for Pirates, they were coming talking about me.
Yeah.
Even in their interviews there, they were coming saying they have to stop only me. Then this gave me the confidence.
Yeah.
It showed that I could do something different. Even when I was playing far behind, because I was playing as a number 6,
Yes.
I had to showcase my talent so
Yes.
that these people believe truly that yes, I can do something.
You actually moved forward, because if I remember that goal vividly, Simeon Masaba was making a run on the right, and then he could not go any further. He came back a bit behind and passed the ball to you, and then you scored a screamer. But we know that after that goal, Yassar Mugerwa, your life changed. Actually, we know that Orlando Pirates signed you before they even left Uganda, if I'm not mistaken. Run us through that experience. People out there would like to know how that Pirates deal was concluded and how you decided I will play for Orlando Pirates.
Well, there was a confusion
Yeah.
at that moment, because Pirates wanted to sign me immediately,
Yes.
but some people wanted to give them some other players, so they were confused.
Yeah.
But of course, they knew what they wanted.
Yes, yes, yes.
So they talked to me through my agent. From there, they asked me to go for trials, but for me, I knew already I was signed, because all the players in Pirates, after the game, they were telling me on the pitch, please come to Pirates, please come to Pirates. So
Yes.
I knew now this is finished. So
was a
even
done
if
deal.
it was a done deal, even if they were telling me to go for trials,
Yes.
where I went with Said Chene,
Yes.
me, I knew already my deal.
So you traveled for trials after that game with Orlando Pirates at Namboli.
I traveled after 2 weeks.
Yes.
After that game,
Yes.
so they gave me even these 2 weeks to prepare more.
Yes, yes.
So this is when I went, and we trained for 1 month.
Yes.
We were doing a lot of friendly games. They were checking us too much, because they wanted to be sure of the players they are
signing,
buying. It's not a 2-game wonder, so they wanted to know exactly if
you're the
this
right
the
person.
right person. So after playing in the there was a tournament in Zimbabwe,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken. Yes, for King Muswati. Yes.
Yes.
So after this tournament, this is when they officially signed me.
Okay. I know you may not be at pleasure, or you may not be comfortable to make a financial statement on this deal to Orlando Pirates, but how significant was it financially in your life, to be very honest?
Yes, financially, it was a boost to me.
Yes.
According to the money I was earning here, it wasn't that much, though it was still better for a living.
Yeah.
Mostly for the people in Uganda, you can see there was a difference, but still, this money was a boost to my family, myself.
Yeah.
I've done a lot. I've helped my family since I got this money, so
Yeah.
it has done a lot. If Pirates, I take it as I don't know how I can explain this, but Pirates is my life. It made my life,
Yeah.
because everything now I'm doing is because of
Orlando
Orlando
Pirates.
Pirates.
All right, so going to Orlando Pirates is another thing. Staying there and being a cult hero is another. You joined Orlando Pirates, a team that had people like Matlaba, Majoro, Manyisa, very creative midfielder, Gabuza, I think at that time was there. First of all, how did you settle in, and what are some of the challenges you went through when you had just joined Orlando Pirates?
Well, I settled in quickly because the players loved me, the technical team loved me, but where it went wrong, I think it was, I'll say this on camera.
Yeah.
Agents here and the clubs here, they have to be professional,
Yeah.
to know, to help the players here.
Yes.
Because if they don't do the right things, the players will fail.
Yes.
And then it is in the Ugandans, they will start saying the players have failed, but they don't fail because of the pitch side or
It's
the
because
talent. It's
the
because of
agent.
some things
Yeah.
in done wrong
Yeah.
behind the cameras, behind the
Yes.
scenes.
Yes.
So if there's something said, you have to do it for the agents and the teams. I'll say this frankly.
Yeah.
This is a business. Football is a business.
It's commercial.
It's a
Yes.
commercial.
Yeah.
So many teams, if they bring you, there are some people out there that have to get a share.
Yes, yes, who have to
But
benefit
yeah,
from
who
your
have
transfer.
to benefit. But mostly the agents and clubs, when they get the money, they just run and they dump the player in the place.
Oh,
Then
so it is a bit difficult.
it's difficult for the
player.
player to stay there, because
Yeah.
they will say, we didn't gain from you, you're
Yes.
a foreigner, they don't know you.
Yes.
So it's kind of difficult for you. For
Yeah.
example, me, when I was playing in Pirates,
Yeah.
the coach wanted me to play, but the technical director doesn't want to play me to play.
Yeah. So it was a bit difficult,
It was a bit
and we know that at the time when you joined Orlando Pirates, the multi-choice disc league was actually introduced. The multi-choice disc league, for you who are watching on Pitchside, is the reserve league of the PSL, if I can call it that way. And at that time, clubs like Chiefs, Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns were actually putting there some of their senior players or players in their A team to actually play down there. And you're one of those who featured in the disc challenge earlier on. But take us through that. How was the experience dropping from the first team? You've come in as someone who will be playing in the starting team, and then you're in the MDC.
Well, it was a challenge, because even I was a national team player by then.
Yes.
So putting you down, it wasn't that good. But you have to go there because you have a contract with the club.
Yes.
I was there. I was going with some other foreigners. If you remember Felipe Ovono, he was
Yes.
the best goalkeeper in that Africa
in
Cup.
AFCON, yeah.
But they were dropping him to MDC, and
Yeah.
for him, he didn't want to go there. But I was encouraging him, let's go and train, let's go and play.
Yes.
Then at the end of the day, you have a contract. Even
Yeah.
if they take you there, you have to play to show them that, well, I have to be in the starting team.
Yes, and you didn't do bad. A couple of assists in there, which was fantastic. I remember watching you assist for Matlaba when you're taking on Amatuks before they were relegated back then. So basically, what did you pick out, or what did you learn from the PSL, Yassar Mugerwa? Because you also won the Carling Black Label Cup with Eric Tinkler and all.
Yes, I learned a lot. Mostly professional way, acting, everything. As a player, it taught me a lot that I didn't know here in Uganda, because for that they bring statistics, then they say, hey, yes, look at the statistics, what did you do? In Uganda, they don't do this. They just tell you, hey, you didn't play well, what, you don't have evidence. But
Yes.
there they show you everything.
Just pause a bit there. What actually happens in the professional setup? Yes, sir. Just break it down for us. What happens before a game and what happens after a game, behind the scenes?
Well, before the game, you have to do a video analysis against your team, the team you're going to play. Then you have to know your movements. What are you going to do? What are you going to help the
In your
team
position.
in your position?
Yeah.
Then after the game, they have to do remarks. What did you do? Did you do exactly what they told you to do?
Yeah.
If you didn't, that means you have to go down.
So there are stats out there where they tell you you failed to pass the ball 10 times, you lost the ball 5 times, and because of that you will need to learn how to pass the ball, and blah 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 blah.
Exactly. It's like that.